The changes to the arena reward system are incredible. They're very profound. They're going to do a lot of good. Many people are focusing on what happens with the top 10, being able to get that 500 cores. That is awesome. That is amazing. But the assistance in rewards goes all the way down to the top 500. So now every arena shard, the top 500 is a competitive zone for people to be able to get ahead and make positive progress in the game. Because it's at that level that you get those 200 power cores. We need 200 cores to refresh our energies, right? So there's events going on right now for campaign energy or ISO energy. You need 200 cores to be able to refresh that. You get a free 50 every day. So you're starting at that point to accumulate cores, right? You're starting to have a net positive, and that's good. One of the applications that we really want to keep in mind is the fact that some of these newer characters, right, these 100 shard unlocks, sometimes they can be difficult. Sometimes, depending on the unlock method and what a person has going on in life, it can be difficult to get that 100 shard unlock. So if you can shave that down just by a little bit, not by much, but just by a little bit, by using your power cores to grab a orb or two, right, bring that down to like a 90, that makes a difference. That makes a difference for a lot of people. We talk to a lot of folks out there. People are busy. People are busy. They might miss a free claim or something like that. So now you're behind. You're not going to get the unlock. So again, with being able to accumulate some power cores, you can go ahead, grab an orb or two, and make sure you're still able to get the unlock. It's a great benefit for everybody in the community. Unfortunately, we've already heard the naysayers, like, all right, the negative people always got to have something to say. They say that that's not true, Gid. You can easily score in the top 20 of your arena shard. And I disagree with that. I disagree with that wholeheartedly. It's a matter of perspective. Just because one person's arena shard is easy, that doesn't mean that that's true for somebody else. People's circumstances in life vary, right? People have different jobs, different hours that they have to work. They have other responsibilities, family responsibilities, right? They can't always jump in at the last couple seconds of arena and try to get that max reward. Besides, if you are actually in a competitive alliance, if you're busy, you're going to cater to group content like raids and war, and that probably means you have to put your arena on the side and hope to get to it later. Let me give you an example. This is my arena. So I'm ranked 77 at the moment. I'm usually able to stay inside the top 50. Went on vacation, lost a couple spots. I still played, but my arena shard is extraordinarily competitive. All right, I play every day. I try my best, but my arena shard is extraordinarily competitive. I've been as high as top 3, but it's really difficult to stay inside the top 30. All right, so we have Dwayne up there in the middle. We have Big Tigger on the right side. I fought with both of them, challenging for spots inside the top 20. So I know that they're good players. They got pushed all the way down here like me as well. Why? Because there's so much competition, right? Look at the builds. A lot of diamonds, a lot of crimson. There's a lot of that going around. It's not just 1 or 2 people. There's 100 people that are pushing hard in my arena shard. So trying to get into the top 10, saying that that's easy? No way. In addition, we have 8 Mephistos locking up the top 10 spots. So if you don't have them, everybody else is just competing for those last 2 spots if we're talking about rounding out the top 10. So what that does is that pushes all the other high-ranking players who don't have Mephisto, pushes them down. That's what's causing the competition, and that's fine. And we got to remember, these meta changes add up. People getting level 100, crimson gear, diamonds, purple ISO. And we say, well, each of those things by themselves doesn't make any difference, but combined, it's significant. So we're not complaining about that. We're just saying that everybody's arena shard isn't super easy, where people don't get attacked and can just kind of just sit in the top 20 and get rewards. A lot of people have much more competitive arenas. In addition to that, there's collusion groups. Now, if you don't know what that is, it's groups of players. They work together to climb the arena ranks. I haven't painted as kind of bad guys here. They're not really bad guys. They're people that are working together. Say a group of 5 people. They're not going to attack each other, and they're going to climb up the ranks together. So they're locking up an additional 5 spots. If there's 10 people involved in that, they're locking up an additional 10 spots. And as you saw with the Mephisto example, they can lock down the top 20 spots easily. Now, again, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that. So in spreading out the rewards, it makes that less impactful if you have to deal with that in your arena shard. There could be groups bigger than that, but it's hard to hold people together, right? It's hard to hold bigger groups together, because why would somebody settle for that lower spot when they know that they can push higher and get the same rewards or better? So those things combined with the other arena changes, right, giving us the ability to do all our attacks at once. It lessens the effect of the slingshot. It makes it more, not really more difficult, but again, not as necessary for people to try to get that sniper shot at the end of the time. It really increases the overall competitiveness of the arena shards, and I think that that's good. We don't want to miss out on the fact that you get arena credits. Now we got Shuri here pointing to the 20 place rewards, but again, that 500 spot, go down to that 500 spot at the bottom, you get 1,000 arena credits. Again, this is super impactful. This is very important. Why? Because everybody hasn't been playing the game for 6 years. Everybody doesn't have a giant stash of arena credits. So here's my new guy account, 15,000. So that means roughly I have about 15 buys for Peter B. Parker there. So I'm going to run out over time. I need more than that, right? I can buy them twice a day. So in about a week and a half, and I'm just doing rough math here, I'm going to run out of credits. So by changing it to that top 500, now everybody who's in that bracket can at least guarantee one buy a day. And if they can do better, then their credits will increase and they'll be able to buy more of the character. Especially with the event that's going on right now where there's multiple characters available, it allows more people to take advantage of that. So what we see here is adjustments that have benefited the entire player base, the entire community as a whole. And we got to give credit where credit is due. Make sure you get over to the Player Voice Discord. They got an announcement up about it. Be involved, right? The reason why things like this can happen is because Scopely is listening, and they're listening to the player base as a whole. The Player Voice tries to capture people of all different backgrounds in the game and pass that information up to Scopely, talk back and forth, and figure out how to calibrate things for everyone. So they're helping, and you can help too. Make sure you get over there. The link is in the description. Vote on the polls every day if you can. Comment, right, good or bad about something that's going on, and offer solutions. That's how things get done.